What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show you today quickly how to install the manual gears and how to activate your LUT to make the wheel a bit better to use so it doesn't feel really light when you change that direction. Hopefully this will help you guys. Now this may not work quite as well as it does on Logitech as it will for Thrustmaster. My buddy Chris is having a bit of issues with his Thrustmaster at the minute, but it certainly works really well with the Logitech, so you just be warned it may not work perfectly with Thrustmaster or other wheels, but definitely works with Logitech. And if you are experiencing like the really light steering, this should hopefully fix it. If you already have installed the manual gears folders for your wheel and you just want to make your feedback harder, you can skip the next section. The timestamps are obviously in the video description. So we're going to want to go ahead and join Discord to the FantasyDrift page. This is the FantasyDrift logo, so obviously search for that, join. And in here you're going to find the wheel tutorial section. We want to go to the plugin download link. Once you click that, it's going to take you to a page. It's going to look something like this. Current version as it stands is 5.4.1. So go ahead and click the download link and obviously let the download, and then open the zip folder. So once you found the folder, obviously pop it open and you're going to find these inside. Now you can read the readme or you can just follow yourself to the root folder for your game and we'll pop them in the plugin. So we need to find the FiveM folder, which is going to be in your C drive, and then to users and your name, whichever one you're using, and then you're going to need this app data folder, which is currently hidden. There will be a guide somewhere to find out how to find your hidden folders, how to unlock them. If you haven't done that, obviously do that and then use the technique to unlock it, and then you go into app data, into local, down to FiveM, into FiveM application data, into plugins, and this is where you're going to put these folders. So I'll put that one there and that one above. So you only need to take across docks, manual transmission and gears ASI. Put those in your plugin folder. Once you've done that, what we then need to do is quickly go into manual transmission, go to settings menu, and we're going to change this top one here, menu key. It's going to say something like VKOEM4. Delete that and just type the word delete in capitals, as you can see here with a space between the equals and delete. And that's going to change your menu access button to the delete key. And once you've done that, obviously go ahead and click save and close the file. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to want to go ahead and open FiveM. If you haven't been to the FantasyDrift server, you can search for it in history, and you can use the search bar at the top, or of course if you've already been there. Okay, so you've loaded into the game, and now you're going to need to set up your wheels and pedals and your handbrake if you have one to just assign the buttons. So we're going to do that quickly, but first obviously we need to grab a car. We've grabbed the car and we're going to hit our delete key, which is just above the up, down, left, right arrows, and that's going to bring up our menu here. What we're going to want to do is we're going to go down to controls first. We're going to hit controls. We're going to go into wheel and pedals, and at the top there you should see your wheel brand. Hopefully it will be showing in like a green bar. That will obviously show that your active input is correct. Then what we can do then is we're going to go to analog input setup. So as long as you can see your wheel there, we're going to go into here and we're going to assign all of the pedals and steering. What you're going to do is you're going to press configure throttle, press your pedal. It will then assign it. Do the same for the brake, the clutch. When it comes to steering, only turn your wheel to the right, and then it will know where the steering is coming from. Same with the handbrake, just assign handbrake, pull it. There's nothing else in this menu that we've changed. And once we've come out of the analog input setup, we need to just quickly go into the H pattern shifter setup. You're going to go in there, press enter. It's going to ask you to do reverse first, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you get to 7, 8, 9, press right arrow on your arrow keys to skip, and that will be that done. Make sure that your gearbox is set to H pattern. If you're using a H pattern shifter, you can use sequential as well. And then just come out and make sure that your pedals are working. So check everything is doing what it should do, and you should be good to go. After we've done controls, we're just going to go down to driving assist, and we're going to enable LSD. And LSD settings, I have mine at 75, and that's the only menu option on there that I have turned on. Okay, so for the settings that I've been using now, I will show you. We're going to go into controls again, wheels and pedals, and force feedback options. And in here I've turned up the torque multiplier, which I believe is like just turning your gain up and down. So I've just turned that up very slightly to give a bit of a heavier feel. I believe that's changed very slightly. I'll leave the screen up for a bit. But the main one that I've changed here is this understeer loss multiplier. And it says here how much the force feedback is reduced when understeering. Now I didn't really want the feedback reduced at all when understeering. I still want to feel the wheel being heavy. I don't know if you guys have come to this video because your wheel felt really light between transitions and it didn't feel quite right. This is the number that has changed it for me anyway. I did try it at its lowest value, it didn't feel quite right, so I've left it on 0.3. And I haven't changed anything down here. But you can see here that the FFB LUT is active, and I have activated my LUTFile, and I'll show you how to do that. There is a link, obviously, if you come to this page on the game, it will take you to a link to explain how to do it, but I'll just run you through that quickly as well. For the LUT to be active inside of the game, you're going to want to come to this manual transmission, and you're going to need a copy of your LUT file. So if you've run wheel check and you've done the file and you've created your LUT table, you need to bring the LUT table inside your manual transmission folder. And then once you've done that, you go into settings and wheel, and down here in the force feedback section, you're going to write this capital LUT with the capital F. So LUTFile space equals, and then the name of your LUTFile. So whatever you saved your LUTFile as you can see, mine's saved as lut.lut. So that's going to be how you do it. So you're going to write LUTFile space equals space and then your LUTFile name. So I just obviously copied and pasted that there. I haven't changed anything else inside this folder. This is all as it was. I haven't changed any of that. You just have to add it into the force feedback inside the settings wheel page. You may need to restart your game for it to work. It took me 2 attempts actually for the LUT to become active, so you may need to, whatever you do, obviously just make sure you save the file before you close it once you've added your LUT file in. But as you can see down here, it says in the bottom corner there, using lut.lut and anti-dead zone disabled. I haven't selected that option, I don't know where that came from, but as I say, the steering feels nice and heavy now, lock to lock. Okay, so we've done everything, we've set it all up, we're running the settings. We'll just go and do a little bit of drifting, see how we get on. And I think it's important to obviously state that it's not 100% perfect, but it definitely feels a lot better. And the game definitely takes a little bit of getting used to, so if you're struggling, don't give up with it. Just, you know, practice. It's a lot of fun. And it's good to remember that these settings apply to all your FiveM servers with wheel support. So once you get the settings right for one, they'll apply on all the others as well. I'm hoping there's not going to be an invisible there's been like a weird invisible barriers here and there. So. I think what we'll do is we'll cut to a little bit of out of the city. Don't forget to left foot brake as well, it really does help. There's another player. So I hope that helps, guys. If you've got any questions, drop it in the comments and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. I'll see you soon.